Alright, I'm Angus, and I spent way too much time on coming up with the idea for this video. Because I didn't understand the prompt at all, and I just didn't know where to start, and, I hated all of it. I tried to BS it. I was gonna film some artistic shots of things, be like, oh, I strive to be creative for my family or my city or yada yada, but I wasn't feeling any of it, and this is what I made instead. So don't worry, Meg. I'm gonna try to tie this to the prompt somehow, but you're gonna have to hang on for a minute because things are gonna get a little bit confusing. But basically, like a week ago, I was jogging around the woods. I was exploring the woods. I found something in this abandoned area by the road. It's an old, really old sewer pipe, completely hidden from any sort of trails. And I wanted to go inside it, because of course I did. But it was pitch black. I didn't have a flashlight or a phone or anything. I just decided against it. But anyway, I'm here now. I'm back with both of those things, and I've decided to film my expedition and turn it into something for art class. So yeah, this is what that looks like. If it matters, I did take a long, hot shower after this. Now, I didn't know how long this tunnel was going to be. I wasn't sure if it was getting 50 or so feet, clogged up with rocks, but it went on for a really long time, and I never even reached the end. Apparently, I was in there for 12 whole minutes, and I had to turn around because I decided I just wasn't going to find an ending, and also it started raining, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get flooded. And, personally, I'm not a big fan of drowning. No disrespect to anybody who is, but it's not really my thing. Obviously, the full 12-minute video is too long, so I edited it down to the more interesting parts.
Oh, shit. Holy fuck.
The question you're probably asking yourself is why? What made this guy decide to film himself in this creepy tunnel? What inspired him to film himself in this creepy tunnel? You know, what kind of statement is he making about tunnels? Or is it about the absence of light or whatever? I just saw a tunnel and I got curious. Sue me, but that's all there is to it. And my relationship with creativity is similar. Art is just fun to make for me. I don't need to get inspired to make it. I can make art that's directly inspired by something else, but creativity as a whole, it can't be inspired by someone else's creativity. That just contradicts the point of creativity. You know, maybe that's just how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that's how it works for other people. But for me, I can't trace creativity back to one person, place, thing. It just exists. It just came with the package. And I utilize it just because I want to. There's no logical reason for going inside a forgotten sewage pipe in the woods. And many people who try to, who might have stumbled along the same sewage pipe would have said, yeah, no thanks, and turned away. Completely fine and arguably smarter than what I did. It's not like I was ever going to find a pot of gold inside it, or my life was going to change in any sort of way. I'm still going to have to finish high school, and I'm going to go to college, and then there's the experimental 20s, an unfulfilling to semi-fulfilling job for 40 or so years, and, eventually a retirement home, and finally a colon cancer. It's nothing to finish it off. None of that's changing whether I do or don't go into tunnels I find in the woods. But I do think if I chose not to go into tunnels I find in the woods, life would just be a little less interesting. then the empty spaces where we wait for things to happen would just be a little bit more boring. So yeah, absolutely I'm going into that tunnel in the woods. No inspiration needed. And I hope that kind of answers the question, in a way. And if not, don't flunk me. Alright, video's over. Bye.